It has come out of the fire, and it is doing some amazing things. And we also know that probably most of us don't need 9/11 to remind us that life is hard, because many have experienced great injustice of our own. I've heard stories and realities over the past week of staggering hurt, of bodies that are hurting, of headaches, of chemotherapy, of broken relationships, of just hard, kids going back to school, kids that are depressed, marriages that are breaking. And in it all, sometimes some of us feel like life is never gonna work out, that hope is gone. And that is why we need to sit in these spaces to remind each other on those dark days that hope is not gone. And I have needed that. My life has depended on that. I also know in a room this size, some of us are on fire. Some of us are lighting up the world and are on the top of the world. And for you, we cheerlead, we champion, and we can't wait to be a part and hear about what you're doing. And others are somewhere in the middle. Everyday overwhelm of bills and work and traffic and just life can be hard. For me, I get it. There have been times in my life where it's been hard. And depending on the day, I have worried and I have wondered if I have a place on this planet, if I have a difference that will make any ripple in the world. And sometimes I have hustled out of this worry and tried and quested and forced way too much, way too hard, for way too long. I've tried to be the best mom, the best wife, the best friend, best human being I can possibly be. And a lot of times I've felt like I just come up a little short. So here's the deal. Because of these gaps that I myself have felt, that I hear in this work of building and gathering community, because of standing in this gap and experiencing this gap myself, we came up with this Never Given Up Hope theme, because I believe in it with all my heart. And if there is one heartbeat that I have for the night, it is that you walk away experiencing something of 4 B's. I will silence my cell phone. That is funny. That's coming up in my announcements. Okay. So the 4 B's with the chime of exclamation on it is this. I want you to experience that you are loved. The B in that is that you are beloved. That you belong in a circle. That you get to be still. We'll have a few moments of that tonight. And that you catch a glimpse of a way that you can be love in your family, in your neighborhood, in the world, in your own life that feels really amazing. Because I think those 4 B's really change us. They change how we feel in our own space and how we interact with each other. And then there's one other thing I want to mention. It's a little mind-bending for me. Maybe it is for you. So if it is for you, I just want to plant this seed. In this community, amidst this sense of you don't got to do more to be more. You don't have to hustle to have more value. You're loved. You belong. You get to be still and rest. There's this thing that we are so committed to in this belonging that we are rising and we are going to do some stuff for people that we have fallen in love with who are experiencing injustice, who are enslaved, who are poor, who are hungry, who are orphans, who are widows, and we want to rise together and do something with and for them. But it's not about a should. It's not like I've got to be a better person, or I should donate, or I should volunteer. It's more of like the fire that we're talking about stoking, the fire of destiny. My faith tradition, the Bible has a text about this that I love. And God promises in this text to human beings, when you care for the orphans, when you care for the widows, when you care for the ones that the world has forgotten, the lights of your life will turn on. The lights of your life will turn on. And I believe that's what we're all wanting more of. I want more of it. And so when you hear the stories of hurt and you hear the beckoning of join us, that's the spirit we're talking about. It's about the light. It's got that pulse of destiny. Not the should and not comparing and not any of the other murky stuff. So please pay attention to that, because that is a big distinction for us. So that brings us to tonight, the Live Ablaze Storyteller series. I am your tour guide for the evening. I'm a wife, mama, author, founder of Seeds of Exchange. Seeds of Exchange is a collective of everyday people looking to light up the world and make a difference in their unique and one-of-a-kind way, and to do it together. So welcome. So logistics, besides silencing your cell phones. Oh boy, that's hilarious to me. A couple things. Where's Steven? Steven is, we're recording our first ever community event. We've been doing these things for 20 years, and this is our first time. So we're doing it with great intention also, because we want people to be able to hear these stories. We want people to be able to catch the juju that's going on in this room. We want people to be inspired to think, wow, I want to create a gathering like that in my house, and here's how they did it, and maybe I could tweak it and make it mine in this way. So that being said, we're excited about it, but we're more committed to you guys. Like, we have a few moments if you wish to share. Don't get weirded out, no one has to. But if you wish to share, you can. And if you share something, or you came prepared to share something that you do not want recorded, you tell me and we will edit it from the recording tonight. Because that is the most important thing, is your voice being freely spoken, okay? And so, I promised a moment or two to be still. So before we dive in to all the stuff we have planned, we're going to take a moment and pop, and take a place of pause. It's not going to be long, so if that sort of thing weirds you out, don't worry. But what we have found is so many of us go through the day like screaming through the day without like taking a breath and softening the muscles. So we want you to be able to enjoy what these sisters and y'all are going to be sharing. So if you're one that's willing to close your eyes, I invite you to. If you'd rather not, leave them wide open and look at everyone else who's closing their eyes. And feel yourself in your seat. Like, that's one of the things that happens when we get really busy. For me, I don't even feel my body. So just feel what it feels like to be you. Put your feet on the ground, both of them planted, kind of like tree trunks, and take a breath, like maybe the biggest breath you've taken all day. And just one more, just for fun. And then, with your eyes closed, taking these deep breaths that tradition has told us this like cleanses our bodies and our minds and our spirits. So, if all you do is come and take a couple deep breaths, you're You're going to walk away good. But as you have your eyes closed and taking these deep breaths, I just want you to picture one thing that you came in the door or drove here feeling a little heavy about or burdened. Just a niggling maybe in your head, or maybe it's just a big, fat, heavy rock. I just want you to picture it for a moment. What it is, who it is, why it is. And kind of imagine like holding it on your lap. And just feel how heavy these burdens that sometimes we carry all day long, day after day, takes a lot of energy. And now I want you to imagine someone that is in your life who's fierce and strong and can do stuff. Your mom, your dad, a bestie, a spouse, a kid, God, spirit, universe, that comes right up to you and sidles into the tight space between you and the person next to you and grabs onto that burden in your hands and holds it with you, sees it. And then, without any effort of your own, just this person that you love and trust takes it, gives you a hug, and carries it off. Walks out in the backyard. Just sit and see how, what, if you feel any differently than a moment ago. And if you don't, if that burden is still smack dab in the middle of your lap, not to worry. Because I believe there's something that happens when we intend to lighten our burdens and one another's. And I am going to be intending for all of us, for all of you, that some mysterious magic happens with that burden that you came in here with that may still be in your lap. And if it got carried away, may it stay away. And may you keep taking these big, juicy, deep breaths tonight. Open your eyes. Welcome back. We are going to follow that sesh with an inspiration session, which many of us have been starting our meetings with, our phone calls with, and just sharing like a really quick 30-second, 1-minute burst of goodness with each other. So